minority says it is not true that the government borrowed money to defray debt left by the NDC government. The minority caucus is challenging the government to properly account for what it calls the 200 billion Ghana cedi debt stock and how they used a sum of 209.5 billion Ghana cedis out of the total amount of state resources available since they took over in 2017.
Another often trumpeted claim is that monies borrowed have been used to pay debt left by the NDC. This claim is most misleading and has been deliberately couched to throw dust into the eyes of the unsuspecting members of the public. The reality is that monies borrowed to replace shorter dated maturing debt do not have any impact on the public debt figures, obviously. The figure remains the same as there is no net increase. Because let me dwell a bit on this one. If I'm to go out there to borrow 1 billion Ghana cedis or $1 billion US from the bond market, and I intend to use that to take off an existing debt, you are using a debt to take off an existing debt, so the impact is the same. It's about switching. So you are switching maybe a shorter dated bond to a longer dated bond, or you are switching from a domestic to foreign, or from foreign to domestic. It's net. So the idea that they've gone out there to borrow, obviously for paying government of Ghana debt, can never be the case. Can never be the case. We wish to remind the Honorable Minister that the first substantive refinancing involving the $1 billion US World Bank guaranteed bond in 2015, at the time the NPP refrain was that you do not borrow to pay debt. This is also the loan that the Honorable Minister for Finance, the Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, criticized recently in Parliament. In fact, depending on the terms of the new debt, that arrangement can create more fiscal space as the repayment period is lengthened. The 80 billion added to the public debt by President Akufo-Addo represent only new debt and does not include monies borrowed to refinance maturing debt.
You must be concerned with how you are paying that debt. The size of your GDP alone doesn't pay your debt. It is the revenues that you generate. So you could have a rebased GDP looking very big. But when your, especially domestic tax revenues, are so low, it has a problem for you. And we'll be demonstrating to you how we are deteriorating, taking our revenues and the percentage that we use to service our debt. Go and look at the 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 projections. And you will realize how much we are spending in terms of servicing our debt. So whilst Dr. Bawumia claims that he's reprofiling our debt and bringing the liability or the burden down, we're spending more money servicing the debt. These are monies that we could have used in other areas of investment.